In this lesson we're going to look at the intersection of lines and circles and finding the point of contact. So there's three things that can happen with lines and circles. Either this first case here where the line has 2 points of intersection, this middle example where the line has 1 point of intersection, which is really called a tangent, and this last bit when the line and the circles don't intersect at all. So let's look at an example in the next slide if you like. Find where the line y equals 3x meets the circle x squared plus y squared equals 40. So this is a case of substitution. We have to substitute this equation into this one. So for every y you see, you substitute 3x, and there's only one y here. So we put 3x in place of here. Now what's this going to look like? Well, the circle looks like this. X squared plus y squared equals 40. Centre point 0, 0. And it's going to have a radius of root 40. And y equals 3x goes through the origin, something like this. So there's the point of intersection, and there's the point of intersection there. When you're substituting this value in here, it's important to put it in brackets like this. Otherwise, you might forget to square the 3, and you only square the x, and you write 3x squared. The 3 needs to be squared as well, so that goes to x squared plus 9x squared equals 40. 10x squared equals 40, obviously, from this here. Divide by 10, so you get 4. And remember, you get a plus and minus value here when you square root plus 2 or minus 2. We can now work out our y values from this. Put in 2 to get 6 and minus 2 to get minus 6. So when x is 2, y equals 3 times 2, and when x is minus 2, y equals 3 times negative 2. So there's your points of intersection, 2, 6, and down here would be negative 2, negative 6. Now let's look at another example. Find where the line x equals 2y meets the circle this time. So if you ever to draw a wee sketch, it would look like this. If you rearranged, you get y equals a half x for the straight line, that's why it's not very steep. Again, circle has a centre point 0, 0. If it had x minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared, then it wouldn't have a centre point 0, 0. When you can substitute the x in this time, so we'll replace the x with 2y, remembering to put 2y in brackets. So we square the 2 and the y to get 4y squared, plus the y squared gives you 5y squared. Divide by 5 gives you 16, and remember you've got a plus value and a minus value, so plus or minus 4. To substitute back in here, you get your x value, so 2 times 4 is going to be 8, and 2 times minus 4, and it's going to give you minus 8 or negative 8. So 8 or negative 8, and there's your answers. Okay, time for one more. We'll do this last equation here. Find where the line y equals 2x plus 6 meets the circle in expanded form. So this is just a bit trickier in terms we've got more than one term here. We've got 2x plus 6. So you need to put 2x plus 6 here and 2x plus 6. Sorry, oh no, sorry, yeah. Put it there and there. So let's see how that's going to look. What we're trying to do is eradicate the y's and just have the x's, and hopefully we get down to something we can work with. So multiply this bracket out by writing it as double brackets. It's easier to do that. And then multiply this out having 2 times 2x is 4x, and 2 times 6 is 12, and so on. Now this will come to 4x squared plus 12 plus 12 from the 6 and the 2, so that's 24. So 4x squared plus 24x, and then 6 6's are 36. And then just put all this after it. We need to simplify this down. It's really important you're good at your algebra work here. So you've got 4x squared and x squared, that's going to give you a 5x squared. The x's here, we've got 4 plus 2 plus 24, so that's going to be 30. And then the numbers, we've got 36 plus 12, which is 48. Take away 8 is 40. We can now factorise that. Take out a common factor first to make things easier instead of trying to factorise that into double brackets. 5 comes out of that. You'll end up with x squared plus 6x plus 8. And then put that into double brackets. Now a 4 and a 2 makes 8 and also the 6. So x is negative 4 or x is negative 2. We can now work our y values out by subbing it back in up here. So when x is minus 2, we've got 2 times minus 2 plus 6, which is negative 4 plus 6 is 2. And when x is minus 4, we've got 2 times minus 4 plus 6, which is minus 2. Just from substituting back in up here. So, big closing statement. The line and circle meet at negative 2, 2 and negative 4, negative 2.